Nathan, come to catch up with you because you're not on our show. You were originally going to be topping the bill on the March the 4th show or March 11th. We didn't know whether it was going to be in Liverpool or Bolton. But a slot appeared on the Channel 5 show, Wasserman. I think it's the 24th of March,
24th of March.
Friday night.
Yeah, in Bolton.
Yeah. So it's almost the same venue because we didn't know if it was going to be in Bolton or whether it was going to be in Liverpool. Yeah. I mean, if it was going to be in Bolton, it was at the Debate where you're fighting anyway. And it's great. This is a fight that everyone who I know, obviously because you're both team VIP, you know, you fight James Moorcroft. And what's brilliant about this, we don't really like putting VIP versus VIP together unless there's a reason for it.
Yeah,
you know?
eliminator English, yeah.
Well, this is it. It's not just an eliminator because eliminator means nothing. You know, eliminate, you win it and still might not happen. But this is a final eliminator.
Yeah, so it's definitely whoever wins this fight.
Next fight is English
the
title.
English title, yeah, and hopefully that can be on a Channel 5 bill or a big bill.
Well, I presume it will be. It'd be silly not. And I think this fight is going to be a cracker.
Yeah, definitely. But at similar stages in our careers, aren't we? Both stepped up, both lost. I would say that we're both at like similar stages because where did it go?
He's slightly more, as a professional, slightly more experienced.
Yeah, but experience in with who? With who?
Well, just...
He's stepped up twice, 2 fighters, and he's lost. I've stepped up twice. I could beat another 5 journeymen and be on the same record as him. So, experience, I don't think he's more experienced.
But you can say that, but he fought, originally when he first started out, he was a middleweight. You know,
but he's got no amateur background, has he?
No, well, this is where I was going to say. So even though this is, I think, going to be James' his 21st fight, and it's going to be your 15th fight.
16th.
Is it?
16.
You're 13 and 2 now. Yeah. 12 and 3. Yeah, it's going to be your 16th.
Should be 12. Should be 2 losses really.
Yeah, because
Ben Fields one, yeah.
Ben Fields wasn't.
That shouldn't be there.
Can't take nothing away from Ben Fields. It gave you a good fight, but both me and your manager we sat ringside watching it. And we both believed you won that fight. I think you, and also the loss to King Gardner, who's actually fighting on the same show in another great fight with Conor Walker. It was in prize fighter, and it's not a real boxing distance.
I was fucked at the weight. No, not taking
Well, forget that though. It doesn't make any. A loss in prize fight doesn't mean anything. A winning prize fight is great because you get a great prize money and hopefully opportunity to stay on the big stage. But a loss in prize fight, unless you get KO'd, and that didn't happen, it doesn't really matter, does it? You know what I mean? I mean, Sam Eggington, I think his first 2 losses were on prize fighter tournaments, weren't they? But a genuinely good fight.
Yeah, it's a good fight. I expect him. He's a good fighter. I've seen a little bit. I haven't seen much of him, but I think I've seen his last fight and the one where he got beat when he went to Spain. Seen a little clip of that, and that's all I've seen of him really.
Do you study him or do you let Steve?
No, I just let Steve. I only need to watch him around him. I've only seen that little clip when he lost and a little cup. I think I've seen about 3 rounds of his last fight. That's all I've seen. I've seen a few clips when he fought Andy Cologne.
Oh right, yeah.
That thing on VIP, I've seen a little bit of that, and then that's all I've seen on him really. But what I've seen him, he's good, you know what I mean, he's decent.
Well, that was good preparation there. I've seen a few rounds there where you've done with Alex Patterson, another VIP fighter, but he's a light heavyweight, super middleweight.
Yeah, so and he's big.
But he's built very similar, he's got long arms, hasn't he? Which is what
similar style, you know, so I'll be using him in camp for sparring. You know, so yeah, I've done 4 rounds there, and then finished with 2 pads. We're like what now? 5 weeks to 1 round.
Yeah.
You know, I sparred 6 rounds yesterday. Done 6 rounds yesterday sparring, and just done 4. Then finished with 2 pads.
Is this what gets you excited fights like this?
Yeah, because that's what I'm in boxing for. Really, I'm not in boxing to fight. Like it's hard, like when you're on them Olympia bills and that. No, the fight you need when you're coming up. But like when you've been where I've fought on a big stage, you know, a couple of times.
It's hard to go back, isn't it?
It's hard to sell tickets for them shows when there's not really a good top of the bill. But the 4th of March would have been a good fight, good top of the bill, and there's a few good fights on the bill already, isn't there? So
really,
that would have been
there's 4 50-50 fights on there already.
So that would have been easy to sell. But when you go into like going there and you're only fighting, no disrespect, but genuine, the fight that you have when you're coming up, it's hard to say.
That's what I wanted to go back. You thought, since you've decided, because after the boxer tournament, you decided that super lightweight...
No, that wasn't, it was after, I boxed in the box tournament and I boxed that Connolly, won it. And then after that Connolly fight...
But Connolly was, I thought that was when you decided, well...
No, that's so because they changed it, because I couldn't make the weight.
Right.
So it was a 6 round there, but I come in at 10-6, didn't I?
And that's why I dropped down to 4?
Yeah.
Right.
But it was scheduled for 10-2 or 10-3 and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know
so that was the final point.
So that was the final thing.
So you've had 2 fights since then,
really.
Against men that we thought would give you a little bit of a test.
Yeah, never really, no.
And they didn't. And so I think that was a nice tick in the box for you, wasn't it? Because I've just been speaking to Ethan, he's got the kid that you fought when you first stepped up to welterweight, Nustran.
Yeah, but he's not really a welterweight, is he?
No, he's not, but he's been fighting our welterweights.
Yeah.
And he's been, doing very
well.
well
Was the last one against that Sovitus kid. Sub kid just comes forward. That was like really the first time I like fighting another proper welter. He was like 10-13 or something, I was about 10-13 on the day. But that Rustam's really like a 10-3 fighter. He's only a 10-stone fighter.
But this is going to be your first fight at welterweight, where you've got a day before weighing, where you can use it to your full advantage, where you can come in, because you should be coming in really 11 stone plus.
Yeah, of course.
Probably heavier than you've ever fought in your life, but bigger than you've ever fought in your life.
You've got 24 hours to be hard right, but like I'm not far off welter now. You know what I mean? Because I've just been eating well and I'm getting to where I need to be to perform at where I need to be. I'm not doing that cut like when I've done at 10 stone and coming down. I don't need to do that now.
Well, so is that good then? Is that going to benefit you then?
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to be strong?
Yeah, I'm going to be super strong at this weight. I feel it in sparring, I'm sparring light heavyweights.
Yeah.
Super middleweights, big lads, you know what I mean? Obviously because the Moorcroft, he's a big lad. So
He's very big.
And he needs the preparation for the sparring, isn't it?
Well, like I spoke to...
All the preparation goes to it's all about the sparring. It's all about sparring for me. That's where you learn, and then you get fit. That's where you get your fight fitness, sparring. So I'll be stepping up next week. I'm on 8 rounds next week. Using 2 different sparring partners, 4 and 4, and then a week later I'll be on 10s. But I don't do much sparring, mate. Don't do loads of sparring. No. Don't need it. When I was with Derry and George.
I was going to say, Derry would never like sparring much, didn't he? It would be the final 2 weeks, and he probably wouldn't do more than 16 rounds where he'd put 2 4-rounders on each week, and that would be it.
I remember sparring with George, and I think it was with Jazza. Me and Jazza, we went up to the Kirby sparring, and Jazza had a 10-round sparring, and George pulled him out after 4 rounds because he was flying. You don't need to be in there when you're sharp and that. You know what I mean? Do you get what I mean? Like when he's sharp, doesn't need to be staying there when it's unnecessary.
Well, I remember when John Evans used to do the podcast with Billy Graham. I was sat talking with Billy, and Billy said he never let his fighters spar over more than 8 rounds. Yeah. He said what he'd do is if they're getting ready for the 12th round, he said the last 4 rounds, he said he'd put the body belt on and the jab mitts, and he said I could push him harder in those final 4 rounds without doing any damage, because those final 4 rounds you're tired, you're fatigued, and you need to be pushed. He said, but I could push him more with the belts and the body belts without hurting him, without getting brain damage.
That's where it all takes effect in the sparring, isn't it? Really, because you're only fighting 3-4 times a year. But how many times are you sparring? You know what I mean, in that year?
But it's the best part.
It is, like, I love sparring. I love sparring, you know what I mean? But it's where the damage is done, I think.
Yeah. Definitely. But he's going to be educated, the sparring?
Yeah, it is. You've seen the spar then. Good sparring, you know what I mean? Just get the game plan in place and go from there. Look, I 100% believe I beat him.
But
as soon as I moved up to welterweight, they were the fights that I asked for. Yeah. And you can speak to Steve Wood. I asked for that fight. And then obviously the board, I was away in Turkey when Steve would send me that the board have ordered it for final eliminator.
Like I say, Steve didn't want to put you together unless
it was for something,
For something, and now it is.
Yeah. Obviously there's no point in fighting for nothing, is there?
No.
But yeah,
the English title is a nice title to win.
Yeah, of course.
It's a great, it's one of those king of your countries, and
definitely.
And like I say, I do believe, this, and I think the VIP fighters could steal the show. I think we've got another kid on the undercard as well. But your fight with Moorcroft and Kay Gardner against Conor Walker
it's a good bill.
are going to be absolute crackers, and I believe Lyndon Arthur is going to be fighting top of the bill for a world title.
IBO, yeah. So it's a good bill.
Yeah,
Bill
it
to
is.
be on.
Yeah,
Channel 5.
that's special, isn't it?
In a good fight, yeah. Looking forward to it, can't wait.
And you could be on TV.
Could be, I doubt it though.
I think it might be, mate.
It might be, yeah.
I think it might be.
I hope so.
I think if they've got any sense, they're going to put your fight on. I've no doubt.
I'm never in a dog fight.
Well, you're never in a dog fight. I mean, very rarely is James in a bad fight.
Yeah.
And I do believe that because it's VIP versus VIP, it's bragging rights.
Yeah.
And obviously now with the incentive of the English title at stake, or fighting for the English title, I just think, I don't think it can fail to deliver, mate.
Yeah, I don't think it will, but that Channel 5 only really put like 2 fights on top of the bill, really.
Well, I'm hoping it.
I hope so, like, yeah.
I think if they listen to, because everyone's talking about this one, and they're also talking about the Kane and Conor, because that should have happened last year. I can't remember, I think Conor got injured.
I've never really seen it, to be honest with you.
Conor used to train at Ricky Hatton's, and I think they even sparred one another. Yeah, I presume you've never sparred James, have you?
Never, no.
No?
Never.
Have you ever sparred anyone that sparred him? And have they gave you any?
I've sparred Colloon loads of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But has Colloon gave you any tips?
I haven't even spoken to him for that. I haven't seen Andrew for a while. But no, sparred Andrew. Andrew's boxing. Who else? Couldn't really say. But I'm obviously sparred Andrew years ago.
But as you just said, it's not your job. You just leave that everything down to Steve.
Fight's a fight, and it doesn't matter what Andrew's done with him or what he's done with him. It's styles make fights, don't they? It's me and him in there on the night.
And the bits that you've seen of him, do you feel that style suits your style?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Like obviously he's most probably looking at me from when I've been at 10 stone and think he'd be able to bully me about, but look, come fight night, mate, he's bullying, no, he won't be bullying me about. No. I'll guarantee you.
Well, the good thing about this is we've no show that weekend, and it's a Friday, so we will definitely be down there, and I'll be talking to one of you and saying, well, for you, it'll be win number 14, would it?
Yeah.
And for him, I think it'll be win number 19.
Is it, yeah? Is it about 20 fights, is it, yeah?
I think it's going to be his 21st, I think he's 18 and 2,
yeah.
And like I say, you're 13 and 2.
Yeah.
No, 13, 12 and 3.
Yeah, that's it.
12 and 3. I'm getting punching myself. Listen, great fight,
Yeah,
great opportunity. Hopefully, if it brings out the best in you two, then I think the public in for a real treat.
Hopefully, yeah, it'll be a good fight. No, I've got no hard feelings towards him, don't really know him, but...
Well, I don't like that. When people manufacture this, you know, if you're going to hug and kiss one another before, there's no need to argue. But sometimes it's genuine.
Yeah, of course, yeah, so like with the time me and Gardner fought, it was genuine dislike because we've meant to have fought a few times. I heard him mention stuff and injuries, but I don't really know James, and it's just that we're being put together and we've got a fight each other, and it's one of them, innit? You know, we put that to bed on the 24th.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Can't wait.
I say, all I can say is, because I'm obviously team VIP, and you're both VIP, so I'm just going to say, may the best man win.
Yeah.
Nathan, you take care. I'll see you on the 24th.
Thanks, mate.
Bye.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.